Hey folks, welcome to this week's edition of BrushPile Fishing. We're at Douglas Lake here in Tennessee. A beautiful fall morning, early October. We're going to do some jig fishing for some of these slabs. Got a great guest in store today. He's actually in charge of the East Tennessee Crappie Club, Xenos. So you stay tuned. We're going to have a great show, and we'll be right back with BrushPile Fishing.
Many people look at a lake and feel a sense of calm serenity. Crappie fishermen feel the heart-pounding anticipation of the thump. That's why host Russ Bailey is addicted to crappie fishing. It's this addiction that takes Russ from the Midwest to the Deep South in search of the best lakes, techniques, and patterns from some of the best crappie anglers in the country. Right here on BrushPile Fishing.
Hey folks, welcome back to BrushPile Fishing. We are in beautiful Tennessee, Lake Douglas with Matt Xenos. Matt, how we doing today?
Doing well, Russ.
I'll tell you what, man, we, we're used to fishing in subpar weather and 40-mile-an-hour winds. We have a beautiful fall morning here in Douglas.
We absolutely do. Blue skies, no wind. It's going to be a great day.
Winds 1 mile an hour or less. We never get that. Can you tell folks at home what we're going to be doing today?
Sure. Water temps are still in the upper 70s. Still warm water for this time of year. We're going to be fishing brush, 15 to 20 feet of water, casting brush and vertical jigging.
Okay, and I know, Matt, you are in charge of the East Tennessee Crappie Club, so we're going to want to talk about that a little bit today, too.
Absolutely. Love to tell you about it.
You ready to get started?
Let's go.
Here we go, folks. Lake Douglas. Hey folks, welcome back to BrushPile Fishing. If you just joined us, we're on Douglas Lake here in Tennessee with Matt Xenos. And Matt, what are we going to start doing this morning?
All right, so right now we're on a brush pile, Russ.
Okay.
What we're going to do is we're just going to kind of flip over top of the brush pile, more or less just short casts and let it pendulum.
Okay.
And what we'll do is we'll count down. Generally, we'll start at about 10 seconds. We'll count down, then we'll start reeling real slow, waiting for the bite.
Okay.
And then if we don't get bit that way, we'll move closer to the brush and we'll ease closer and we'll just kind of vertical jig around the sides of the brush pile.
So we're giving them a couple different looks.
A couple different looks, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Better fish?
A little bit better. I think I'm getting in a little bit too close. Now that's another white crappie. Is that mainly what we get here?
Mostly.
Okay.
There are some black crappie in this lake. So TWRA actually stocks black nose.
Okay.
Which is kind of a cross between a black and a white.
Right.
So you get a lot of black fish.
You know, folks, we'll talk a little bit more in depth on the equipment today, but
Another one. A good one.
another nice one. Nice fish.
That's what we're looking for. Well, those are pretty fish, aren't they, Russ?
Yes, sir.
Nice backs on them, healthy fish. Summer fishing.
Yes, sir, buddy. Well, it'd be rough living up there, wouldn't it?
It is.
Coming out here and looking at all this every day.
Every day. You know, if I lived up here on the lake, Russ, I don't think I'd go to work.
No.
I'd have to figure something else
I'm
out
with you
about
there,
work.
Man, it'd be tough.
It would be. It'd be very tough. Got him. There's a black nose.
Yeah.
That's a stocking fish. So TWRA, show you this fish. It's a juvenile. As you can see, that predominant black nose that he's got down his, all the way down to his chin there.
It's like somebody took a magic marker.
A magic marker. So TWRA actually stocks these into our local lakes, and as they spawn, they'll actually lose that predominant black line. So you'll catch some that'll just have it on the tip of their nose. You know, you turned me on to these bonehead jigs, Russ.
I'll tell you what, they are awesome plastics.
I had never used them. You told me we were going to use them this morning, and they're catching fish. That's a better fish.
Oh, that's a nice one there. Yes, sir.
Let's see if we can swing him, Russ. Real quick. There we go. Look at that bonehead jig right in the top of the mouth where you want to see it. You know, Russ, they've got those paper-thin mouths. But boy, you get them in the roof.
They ain't coming out, are they?
Coming out. Makes it tough. So if you can see the bank, you see where the washes are, the ditches, if you will. A lot of time when this lake goes down, you'll have brush and things that'll compile in those ditches where that runoff is.
Yep.
And that's actually what we're fishing here today, is something that's just kind of washed down the bank in one of these ditches. It's a win-win for the fish because they get to get in a low area, and they also got cover. There he is.
Oh, he's getting up on back us off.
Russ, I think you need a red head.
I think so, bud.
Stay tuned. We're only moments away from more brush pile fishing. War Eagle Boats, the most versatile line of hunting and fishing aluminum boats available. We strive to overcome real hunting and fishing obstacles, which drives us to create better products in the future. Check out the Blackhawk 2170, the ultimate crappie fishing boat. Built on a 22-degree V-hull and paired with a 150 horsepower motor, you get lots of space and performance. All War Eagle boats are built to suit the needs of our customers, guaranteeing you a boat worthy of the investment. Visit wareagleboats.com to get yours started today.
Introducing NKT.TV, a brand new solution for the cord-cutting generation. With NKT.TV, viewers enjoy viewer-specific programming, with the ability to pick and choose the channels you wish to subscribe to. Missed brush pile fishing this week? Catch it on NKT.TV, along with all your other Pursuit channel favorites. NKT.TV offers dozens of network and channel options for you, the viewer, to choose from. So go ahead, cut the cord, and get everything you want with nothing you don't. Visit NKT.TV today.
This episode of Brush Pile Fishing is brought to you by Bonehead Tackle, Crappie USA, NKT.TV, Driftmaster, Gamma Line, Power Pole, Grand Lake St. Mary's.
You know, you can catch crappie year-round. There's a lot of crappie anglers out there that they'll only fish in the spring because they think that that's the only time you can catch them.
Yep.
And granted, it is probably the easiest time to catch them. It is definitely not the only.
There we go.
Get him.
And a red head. Look at that. First time
go.
I dropped down.
Yep, I got one too, Russ. Double, right there.
And you know what, folks? That brings me something I'd like to talk about. We've been here about 10 minutes, and Matt's caught several fish. I've got one bump. We put that red hook on, which was the only difference, or the red must-have jig head. As soon as I drop down, boom. There's times that color doesn't make a lot of difference, and there are times that color makes all the difference in the world. And so far this morning, look at that, first time we dropped down.
It's made a difference, that's for sure. That's a double right there, 1-2.
Good cleaners, buddy.
Good cleaners.
We just talked about eating a few.
Yep, I'll put them in a live well. All right, Russ, so on Douglas, oh, let me get this fish in here first. That's a good one right there.
Oh yeah, big old thick one.
Yeah, that's a good specimen right there. There we go. That's what we're looking for. That red head, that bonehead jig.
There we go.
There's another double.
I'll tell you what. Oh,
Look at that fish run.
look at that. I'll tell you what, man. You know, Matt, we do, and when I do seminars, I do talk about color. And a lot of times, let's be honest, I mean, whatever you throw a hit, this is amazing that just that little red jig head.
It is, just that little bit of red.
That's a black crappie there.
That is a black, that's a white, yep.
A little bit of everything this morning. And this is the first brush pile that we've hit.
Very first one.
Matt, what kind of limits do they have here as far as size and numbers?
So in the state of Tennessee, you're allowed to keep 15 fish per person per day.
Okay.
And they have to be 10 inches in length, which on our lakes, the Tennessee River chain lakes, is pretty easy to do.
Yeah. There we go.
I shook him out for you, Russ.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. That's a good one right there.
Not too shabby. Early in the morning, catching fish. Beautiful October. Fishing with Matt, it don't get no better. Hey.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And folks,
Good
we're gonna
fish.
sell all these waypoints at the end of the show, so you stay tuned.
Well, hold on now, Russ. Don't get carried away. I know we're catching fish, but get carried away on me. Actually, did you know if you take that and you put it in boiling water and lay it out, let it get good and hot, it'll straighten that tail back out. You can put it back in the bag and take it to the lake and use it.
Now here's something else I like about the curl sometimes. When you just give that a little pop, it makes it look real erratic in the water.
It does.
Like a dying shad.
It does. And there's days where the fish, they want that erratic action, and there's days where that streamlined look is what they want, you know.
Now, a brush pile tip.
Matt, we're fishing here in October, early October. It's still fairly warm out. You've got brush piles that you've located all over this lake.
Yep.
This time of year, and today especially, can you tell the folks what kind of water depths that we were concentrating on?
This morning early, we targeted brush in 12 to 14 foot of water. And then as the day progressed and the sun got up, we moved out with the fish. Typically, the fish will move up at night to feed, so you can find them on the shallower brush first thing in the morning.
And that's what we did, started shallow.
That's what we did, started shallow. And then there again, as the day progressed, we moved out with the fish to about 20 feet of water.
Matt figured this out today. We started out using a slim stick by Bonehead. The fish were very active on that, and then at a certain point in the morning, they absolutely shut off. We tried different colors, we tried different depths. Then Matt put on one of the stump bugs by Bonehead. Just that little variation in the size of the jig made all the difference in the world. As soon as he put that on, thump, 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 started nailing them. I'm still fishing right beside him with a slim stick, wasn't getting hits. As soon as I switched, boom, the bite turned on. So remember, I know it's hard when you have your favorite, but sometimes if that bite's tough, do a lot of change and figure it out. And a lot of times that'll put a lot more fish in your boat by the end of the day.
Our sponsors make brush pile fishing happen. Stay tuned for more action from the water.
We put the Rockport Rattler to a real test. 2 champion anglers using 4 rods with the competition jigs against 4 rods using the Rockport Rattler. The result, the Rockport Rattler outfished the competition 10 to 1.
Rockport Rattler, great head.
His patented rattling jig contains a rattling chamber in the body of the jig. The rattle is amplified by using water as a conductor,
Rockport Rattler,
making fish hear it at much greater distances, just like a dinner bell for fish.
if you don't have a Rockport Rattler, you ain't catching crappie.
Driftmaster rod holders. Whether you are pushing, pulling, or organizing, Driftmaster has you covered with products that are made in America. We can rig any boat for any technique from front to back. Driftmaster, for the way you fish. Get ready, get registered, and get qualified for the 2019 Cabela's Crappie USA Classic hosted this year on Old Hickory Lake, Gallatin, Tennessee. Crappie USA, the largest crappie tournament organization in the world, is giving you the chance to compete for over $100,000 in cash and prizes, including 2 Ranger boat packages powered by Mercury and Minn Kota in our amateur and professional divisions. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a beginner, take your fishing to the next level at the Cabela's Crappie USA Tournament Classic. B&M Poles, the #1 crappie pole company in the world. Whether you are jigging, trolling, pulling, or pushing, B&M has your pole. Third-generation family company with over 70 years experience. Home to the Bucks Graphite Jig Pole, the first and best-selling graphite jig pole in the U.S. for over 35 years. Visit bnmpoles.com for yours today.
BrushPile Fishing is brought to you by these fine sponsors. B&M Poles, over 70 years of quality and performance. Mustad, best-selling hook on the planet. War Eagle, built for hunters who love to fish. Suzuki, the ultimate 4-stroke outboard. Slime Line, catch the fever.
My favorite technique, I love dock shooting. And same on docks. You may hit it from 3 different ways and not catch a fish and hit it the 4th. Don't know why, but sometimes that'll make all the difference in the world, just the area you hit it from. Ooh, that's got a little drag going there.
Yeah, that's a good
that's
fish
a
right
nice
there.
fish. Got him, or you want the net?
Yeah, grab the net, Russ.
That's a nice fish.
There we go.
That is a
What we're
nice
looking
one.
for. Now, Russ, we've been here on this one brush pile catching fish for 20 minutes. Now that
Alright.
fish,
That's nice.
we've caught what? 20?
Yeah.
15 or 20
Yeah,
fish off
this one pile.
On this one pile. Now tell me why that fish didn't hit first. You know, you always hear the big fish hit first, right?
Yes, sir.
That is the exception to the rule right there. And you know what, Russ? The thing I like about fishing this way is it's simplistic.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to spend $200 for rods or $600 for a spider rig. It's very simplistic, and anybody can come out here and catch fish.
Yeah.
Let's check in with Russ for the BrushPile Gear Check.
Talk about the equipment we were using today. Real simple rigs. We were using a couple different rods. This first one I'm pretty proud of. This is the Russ Bailey Signature Series. It's brand new this year from B&M. This is an 8-footer, and this was really nice for flipping out there, just a nice little cast, and then letting that fall, but also vertical jigging. As far as the reel, now my cameraman told me it's called Fuego, okay? I called it a Fugo. Sorry about that, Daiwa, but it's the 1000 series, and that's important. It matches up really well with this pole. As far as the line, you can see it's a high vis, and this is slime line. I've got a 6-pound test, and again, this was crucial today because with that bow in the line, you want to see that jump and see the hit before you actually feel it. That worked out well. As far as the jigs, now this is pretty important. I want to talk about this morning, we tried several colors, and there was one combination that was working, and that was the red jig head. We used a 1/16 ounce Mustad, super sharp hooks. 16th is what we needed because we fish in a little bit deeper water. And there was only a couple colors that the fish really showed a lot of interest in. We started out this morning, we used this clear color, and this is the Bonehead Slim Stick. And they were tearing this thing up, folks. Later in the afternoon, it shut down on these. And actually, Matt said, I'm going to try something a little bit different. He went to a pearl-colored stump bug. And when he went to the stump bug, it's like somebody turned on a light switch again. They started pounding these things again. Red jig head was what we caught most everything off of. Matt used a little bit different rod. The only difference, he was using the Sharpshooter 6 by B&M. This rod was actually designed for shooting under docks. Thanks for joining us for today's BrushPile Gear Check. Matt, I know you help run the East Tennessee Crappie Club. Can you tell the folks at home a little bit about that?
I'm president of East Tennessee Crappie Club,
Okay.
like you said. We're going into our 5th season this year. We've been 5 years in existence. I personally started the club myself 5 years ago. We do fish tournaments once a month. We fish Cherokee, Douglas, Watts Bar, Fort Loudon, Tellico, and Chickamauga.
Some good lakes.
You know, the East Tennessee River Lakes. We also, you know, Russ, the reason I started the club is because I wanted to teach people to catch more fish. That's our goal. That's our main goal,
Right.
is to teach people to catch more fish. We have 80 to 100 members annually. We actually do seminars. We have 3 off months. We fish September through May, and then June, July, and August we do seminars. We take people out on the lake, show them how to
you guys
catch
are
fish.
active year-round.
We're active year-round. We're doing things. We're trying to help people learn new techniques. And you know, Russ, I think honestly, I've learned more through tournament fishing with our group than I have at seminars.
Really?
Just getting out on the water and experiencing the different days and the different water temperatures and the different times of year, and the different techniques, just being able to learn more about fishing.
And it's like any other sport, you know, the way you get better is time in the field, time in the bowling alley, time on the football field, but time on the water.
Absolutely, time on the water.
Time on the water.
You know, when I first started the club, I mostly fished Tellico and Chickamauga, and I felt like I could go to those lakes and catch fish just about any day. But I honestly can say I feel like I could go anywhere in East Tennessee and at least find fish. Now, whether I can get them to bite or not, that's a different story. But I feel like I can at least find them. Right? They still control it. So, you know, it makes you a better angler when you're more versatile.
Yeah.
And you know more techniques and ways to catch them. It makes you a better angler. So, you know, we're on Facebook. We're on Crappie.com. East TN Crappie Club on Facebook.
Okay.
We'll be right back with more BrushPile fishing.
Welcome to the world of Mustad. Legendary craftsmanship with over 180 years of experience with advanced designs and technology. Mustad is a name you can trust for whatever you fish for. The long trusted classic and big game hooks, the innovative ultra point designs, assortment of tools and jigs or pre-tied rigs and accessories. Quality and durability are built into every Mustad product. Saltwater giants or freshwater trophies make your next trip more memorable with Mustad.
For great fishing, check out Grand Lake St. Mary's. Located in west central Ohio, if you're looking to land bass, catfish, crappie, perch, or bluegill, Grand Lake is the place for you. Check out GreaterGrandLakeRegion.com.
Nearly $500,000 on the line. Oh! And it all comes down to ounces.
1076, got it, Rudy!
Don't miss a second of the newest and richest crappie trail in the country, the American Crappie Trail, presented by Lucas Oil. Woo! Watch Pursuit Channel, Fox Sports South and Midwest for all the action.
We're ready to go now.
The future of crappie fishing is here. The American Crappie Trail.
Love it. Living the dream, folks. Living the dream.
Stunning Douglas Lake lies within the boundaries of Jefferson County, Tennessee. Do yourself a favor and visit Dandridge. You won't be disappointed. You'll find conveniences like the Dandridge Boat Dock and the Point Marina to launch your adventure on the lake. Downtown Dandridge is a charming place to visit. The Tinsley Bible Drugstore and old-fashioned soda fountain take you back to a simpler time. Dandridge holds its diverse history in the utmost esteem. You can visit the Revolutionary War gravesite, Civil War sites, and the dike that saved Dandridge, plus so much more. With so much to do and see, Dandridge should be on your list of places to visit. Dandridge, Tennessee. We saved a place for you. Go to visitjeffersoncountytn.com for more information.
Folks, if you just joined us, we're at Douglas Lake here in Tennessee. And what we're doing, we're fishing with Matt Xenos, and we're just flipping out jigs, letting it come back like a pendulum, and then going into a vertical jig. So those fish are getting a couple different presentations, and we've had them hit on both ways. But I want to give you a little tip when you're flipping that out and it's coming back in that pendulum. What I like to do is have a little loop in my line there, and you can see that slime line pretty easy. If you've got that loop, when that fish hits it, you'll see that line jump like electricity hit it. And a lot of times you'll actually see that before you feel it. If you cast it out and you go straight into a tight line, you may feel that, but you're not going to see it as well. So again, when you cast that out, if you're going to let it fall back in a pendulum motion, have a little loop in your line. And again, especially with that high vis, you'll see that line absolutely jump.
Well,
there we go.
Got one?
That might be 7. That might be, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Bring it on in. The net?
Come on.
Oh,
Nope.
There you go.
Just a good keeper there. Thank you, Bonehead.
Liking them bonehead jigs. You know, as anglers, Russ, we always have our favorite baits.
Yeah.
And we sometimes don't branch out when we should.
Because we're creatures of habit.
We're creatures of habit.
It's like pulling teeth to get you to change, even when the fish aren't hitting.
And there's a lot of good baits on the market today, though. These bonehead jigs are definitely going to be in my box, without a doubt. It's a good-looking rod.
We just redesigned this with the new eyelets and everything. This is the first I've had the 8-footer. We put it in our BrushPile colors. the lines there. Most of them are 1 foot intervals, so if you're vertical jigging.
Good one?
He doesn't feel too bad, brother. Down there. Oh yeah, that's not a bad one.
Nice fish.
I'm gonna pull him right to you, Matt.
Right. Got him.
There we go. Hey, I appreciate that.
Absolutely, that's a nice one.
There we go.
On that bonehead jig.
Same color.
Same color.
I'll tell you what, folks, it has been a great morning here at Douglas. Matt, with that one, we're gonna hit the road. Brother, I appreciate you fishing
pleasure.
with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll tell you what, this is only the second time I've ever been down this way. Again, early October, it's still warm out, and we have put a whooping on them today. It's been great.
Yeah, it's been a good day.
Well, I'll tell you what, you've talked about us maybe coming back doing a winter show. If that offer's still good, I'd love to come back.
Absolutely. December and January is absolutely phenomenal on this lake.
All right.
You'd enjoy it.
Folks, I hope you enjoyed it. I have had a ball today catching these fish, and you stay tuned because we'll be back next week with BrushPile Fishing.
Can I get it out there?
For more brush pile fishing excitement, find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.